Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first workshop. Today, we're going to concentrate on the Involve at State platform that MSU just launched. This workshop is being hosted by your RSO consultant, Piper Holly, and myself, Noah Skrock. And today, we have a special guest, the Assistant Director of Student Life, Brian Hercliffe-Proffer. Piper, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Sure, I can go. Hello, everyone. My name is Piper. I'm the RSO Consultant Manager for this year for ASMSU. I'm a junior this year, majoring in psychology with a minor in youth and society. And around campus, I'm also a student success mentor with the Neighborhood Success Collaborative and a campus crew member for MSU Live On. And I look forward to working with you all this semester.
And hello everyone. It's me again, Noah Skrock. I'm currently a senior at Michigan State studying finance and political theory and constitutional democracy with minors in economics and international business. Outside of this role as an RSO consultant, I'm also involved in multiple RSOs on campus, which this platform has really helped me out already. So I'm excited to get into it a little bit more so that we can open it up to you guys a little bit more and have you guys learn about the platform and how it can be useful for your guys' RSOs as well.
All right, and hello everyone. My name is Brian Hercliffe-Proffer. As Noah mentioned, I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'm serving as the Assistant Director of Student Life with a focus and working with all of you RSOs. And I have been working in higher ed for about 13 plus years, primarily with student organizations and student activities and programs. So this is really very much my bread and butter, and I'm super excited to work with y'all. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of take you through the website, Involve at State, on a couple of key things to get us started. No doubt over the course of the year, we'll roll out some more of these in collaboration with the RSO consultants. But here's some stuff that in the initial months you should really know about. So first, log in using your MSU Net ID. You will be able to join this whenever you want. Your first time, you will be asked to create a profile, but after that, it's just logging in with your Net ID. As an organization, you will have some memberships here that you're a part of. If you are any type of member, officer, advisor, general member, you'll have these show up here. So we're going to kind of speak specifically more to organization officers and advisors in this. So we're going to go into the Red Cedar Ducks, which is a fake club that I've created for trainings. So just FYI, if you ask to be invited to this, we're not going to accept it because this is primarily for trainings. But you can see the really pretty ducks I created for this. As an officer or advisor, you will all have a Manage Organization button up here. This is going to be where your bread and butter links are going to be to help manage some of the back end pieces. And then we go into here. Now, I call this 3 horizontal lines. Campus Labs, who is our software company, calls this the hamburger. If you talk to me, I'll say 3 vertical lines. If you talk to them, they'll say the hamburger image. But this is what the image is. When you click that image, this will provide you all of the back-end links for you to navigate and kind of manage your page and whatnot like that. Today, we're really going to focus on the roster. With the roster, we're hoping that you'll be able to track and share out information about your officers as well as just your general membership of your organizations. There's multiple components in the roster that we do ask for officers and advisors to have. So first, your current roster. These are all the awesome people who have joined the Red Cedar Ducks organization. As you build out your rosters, you will just see this kind of grow and change as you ebb and flow throughout your memberships. You'll be able to click each individual, brings up contact information, profile picture if they have one. You'll also be able to see who's an officer or what position they may have. For us, we have several people with officerships, and Christina, it looks like to just be a general member. You'll be able to change their officerships here with this link. I will show that to you in a minute once we get into that, into the managing positions. For officers and advisors, you'll have this access now. You'll have pending. So if you're such an organization like an honor society or a fraternity and sorority where not everyone can join your organization or there's a GPA requirement, you can send out invitations to individuals so that they can then join the page. These invitations are kind of managed here. You'll be able to see all the invitations you sent out, who's accepted, who is not. If they've accepted, they'll have shifted over to the current list. If they've not accepted, they're going to hang out here in this pending list. You can always send a resend invitation to kind of nudge them to say, hey, go and accept this right here. And you can send that as frequently as you want. I would advise maybe once or every week or every other week. Don't want to inundate them too much. The perspective, as an organization, on your page, as students are looking for organizations, if a student is not part of your organization, they will actually go to your web page and there'll be a blue link that says join. When they hit that join button, they're showing interest in being a part of your organization. All those requests and all those button selections will end up here in your perspective. These are the individuals who have shown interest in your organization, and you can manage them here. You can approve or deny. As organizations, we do expect, unless there's a specific GPA, to always approve these individuals to join your organization. You can always ask them to fill out like a membership form just to gather information about like if you want to celebrate the birthdays or if you want to know what year they are in, but none of that can be contingent on whether or not they can join the organization. But you can approve, deny them through here. Terms and conditions, this is going to be something very rarely used, but you have it at your disposal. As you create positions, which I will show you, you can make specific terms and conditions for your individuals. So maybe as you have a treasurer position or an assistant treasurer position, you ask them to accept the position, but also accept some terms and conditions in terms of you're going to learn how to do the finances, you're going to be open to practicing good fiscal responsibility and whatnot like that. So when they accept that position, they also accept the terms and conditions. And then this is where you're going to track if they have or have not. Cool thing with this, you can message your officers or your organization very simply. What this does is this will take you into a area that creates a relay. What a relay does is you create a relay. You're going to select what positions you want to send your email to. So maybe it's the primary contact and all your officers. And if you have any member positions, so like a voting member, non-voting member, you can select those. You give it a title. And then you generate the relay. What this does is this little blue email address, it is one email address, massively long, but what it does is you can just copy and paste that into your line of your email, and that will route the email through Involve State and then shoot out to all the positions that you selected. So it's much simpler, especially if you start getting rosters of like 100, 200 members, which is awesome. It'll be a significantly easier way to send out an email to all of your rosters and your members, as opposed to trying to track down and copy and paste a bazillion different emails into it's just one individual one. So that's a really cool piece. Please know it is only good for 24 hours. So once 24 hours passes, you do have to regenerate a new relay email. But that's a really convenient one, and it also lists how often and when you've pulled one, kind of as a secondary tracking method from your sent items. So you can validate, nope, we pulled the email this date, goes with the sent email that goes on this date. So again, here's your invite people. Like I was saying, to your pending roster members, you would invite people with this blue button. And then manage positions. As officers and advisors, you can create positions. Many of these here that are duplicate named, so assistant captain, that means my team has created those for y'all. They're staples in every organization. Authorized signer, chairperson, we've created these specifically within this organization, just so that, because these are the titles we use for this organization. They are not transferable into any other organizations they are part of. You can create positions here. if I follow through and not swipe accidentally. All right, so Captain of Fun, we're gonna make them an officer. All officer positions, if you hold an officer position, you should have this clicked. This should not be unclicked for any officer position. We work with a lot of partners on campus who need to visibly be able to see and find the officers and advisors of every organization. If this is not clicked, you're not visible to us, and so we need you to be visible. So as you create positions, please know this must be selected. And then you can create access points for them. No access means they can't do all this fun stuff behind the scenes. They can just see the front page of it. All access, they get to be the all-in-charge individuals. They will be able to have access to any of the back-end pieces, roster, page, elections, service hours, all of that here. If you do limited access, it takes you section by section, and you can individualize what a person does. So maybe Captain Fun is actually like the person who plans all of your events. So they don't really need to have access to establishing elections, but they do need events. So here is none, that means no access. View is they can watch everything happen and they can kind of see it all go down, but they can't necessarily approve or even submit. Full means they can do everything in that events tab. And then maybe we give them some access to full forms. And then you just click create and your position is created. Let's see, where's my Captain of Fun? There we go, Captain of Fun. We created it. Then in order to give it to your officer, we'll give it to Christina. She's looking a little titleless. We just select the edit button, select the officer position that we want to assign to that individual, and click save. And it is that easy to swap out your office positions. We ask that you keep this as up to date as possible. So as you change positions, people step down for reasons, or you have elections, please, please, please make sure you update this. With the weekly emails from the RSO consultants, as well as any emergency emails that may come from my office, this is going to be the list of individuals we send out those communications to. So if this is not updated, you will not get the key information that we need you to have. So just know, please keep this updated. And then if you want to pull out your full roster, you're doing a project or something, you can export your entire roster, so all members with titles, names, whatnot like that. It does download into a CSV file, and then you can use it in Excel, manipulate it however you need it to do. So that is the roster. That's one of the biggest things we need you to be working on right now, making sure your officers and your advisors are all visible, as well as getting your members just on your roster. The other thing you're probably utilizing and looking at a lot is events. We're going to give you like a 30-second version of events today because everything is virtual, super simple. Once we start opening up to more complicated in-person events on campus, once safety measures allow, we're planning on having another one of these to really go into creating events. But basically, you will go, again, your hamburger or 3 horizontal lines, look down in your menu, and then select events. What it'll do, it'll take you this page here. This will be a list of all events you've ever created within the organization. So as you can see, the Red Cedar Ducks are hosting a duck watching on June 30th of next year. We almost had one in December, but we thought it'd be too cold. But you'll be able to see what the status is. So if they're approved by my office, if they're denied, or if they're sitting and they're pending, you'll be able to kind of track where they are in the approval process. You can also add attendance for record keeping. So if you upload an Excel sheet of names that you collected or something like that. But to create the event, you will just click this button here. Pretty much if you see a blue text or a blue button, that is an actionable item for you to play around with. Very similar to Google Forms, if you're familiar with those. Red asterisk means required information. And then you just select all the fun information, fill it in. As you fill out the create event pages, make sure you provide as much information and detail as possible. The more information, one, the better it looks on the website and providing information to your potential guests and interests. Two, once you hit the pages that start asking you about like what type of equipment do you need? Do you want extra chairs? Do you want sound, right? When you get to that portion of the event, the more details that you provide allows us to anticipate and know what you are asking for your events so that we can make sure the process is short, sweet, and simple and not too much back and forth. Throughout all these pieces, please know that you will be able to receive emails directly the minute we do something on your request form or in a form. So making sure that you are checking your emails and whatnot is absolutely key. The other final area in this section, again, manage org, your little hamburger icon, forms. This is where you can create a form. We created one earlier today where you can see who submitted, or you can export your submissions. All of your forms will be listed here. You'll kind of see how many have been submitted, what's pending, what ones have you approved, denied, or received. To create a form, you'll hit these vertical 3 dots, create form. If you are familiar with Google Forms, it's exactly like Google Forms. The other thing we wanted to share with you as you start the year is really finances. I know a lot of the organizations are starting to renew or create financial accounts. You need to fill out some paperwork to make deposits, make withdrawals, or you may have questions. I want to show you the page on Involve at State that you can direct yourselves to either get questions answered or to know who to reach out to or for forms that you need to have. Let me double check the name because I am a little bit older with a little bit of memory loss. Okay, so you are going to look for RSO Business Office. This is for our team member, Rebecca. She really is the primary individual who works with all of your finances. This is the webpage she manages to help you find information, forms, and contact information for any financial questions. Please read through the regulations so that you know what the rules and expectations are as an officer, especially if you work with finances and money. Contact. Best email is stuorgs@msu.edu, and the phone number, if you want to, is relayed through this one, 355-8286. But here are some of the forms. If you need payments made, if you're an organization looking to create an account or renew one, and if you want to put in money. Looks like they had a training for organizations. If you want one for your officers, please reach out. Rebecca is more than happy to set one up. She is also planning on setting up some generic ones just for everyone to kind of come in and listen in on a periodic basis. So those are some of the key pieces that you should really know right now. If you have questions, absolutely feel free to contact me at any time via my email or at the Involve at State email address. With that, I will send it back over to Noah and Piper.
Thank you, Brian, for coming and presenting today. And this is all we have today for you all. This is the first of many workshops, so stay tuned. Here's our contact information if you have any more questions, and also please visit the ASMSU website if you have any inquiries about more information. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you so much.